Rising from the hills of Syria stands one of the greatest fortresses ever built, Krak des Chevaliers. A symbol of medieval power, a guardian of Crusader ambitions, and a fortress that witnessed centuries of warfare. Built to be impenetrable, it became a stronghold of legend. This is the story of Krak des Chevaliers, the castle that defied time. The story of Krak des Chevaliers begins in the 11th century during the bloody battles of the Crusades. In 1099, Christian knights from Europe launched a military campaign to seize control of the Holy Land from Muslim rulers. To defend their new territories, they built fortress strongholds that would stand against any attack. In 1031, an earlier version of the fortress was built by the Emir of Aleppo, but in 1142, the Knights Hospitalarin elite order of warrior monks took control and transformed it into the mighty fortress we see today. Over the next century, they reinforced its walls, added massive towers, and created an advanced defense system that made Krak one of the most formidable castles of the medieval world. At its height, Krak des Chevaliers housed over 2,000 knights and soldiers. It was not just a military base, it was a city within walls. The fortress had everything its defenders needed: barracks, storerooms filled with supplies, underground tunnels, and a vast water reservoir that could sustain a siege for years. Its defenses were unmatched. With two massive walls, a deep moat, and a deadly kill zone between them, enemies would be forced to fight through layer after layer of fortifications. No army could take it easily. Even the great Muslim leader Saladin, who defeated the Crusaders in battle after battle, failed to breach its walls. Krak des Chevaliers stood as an unbreakable symbol of Crusader power. For more than a century, Krak des Chevaliers remained in Crusader hands. But in 1271, a new enemy arrived: the Mamluks, led by the powerful Sultan Baybars. This time, the siege would be different. With powerful siege engines and relentless assaults, the Mamluks battered the fortress for weeks. But the Crusader defenders held firm. It was not brute force that would bring Krak down, but deception. Using cunning strategy, Baybars tricked the defenders by presenting a forged letter from their leaders, ordering them to surrender. Believing their cause was lost, the knights abandoned the fortress, leaving Krak des Chevaliers in Muslim hands forever. The last Crusader stronghold in Syria had fallen. Krak des Chevaliers, once an unbreakable fortress, now belonged to the Mamluks. Though its defenders are long gone, Krak des Chevaliers remains one of the best preserved Crusader castles in the world. A masterpiece of military engineering, it has stood for nearly 1,000 years, surviving wars, earthquakes, and time itself. Today, Krak des Chevaliers is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a reminder of a time when knights and sultans waged war for control of the Holy Land. Its walls still echo with the past, telling the story of battles fought, of warriors lost, and of a fortress that refused to fall until it did.